Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of beloved Bhagwan. It is indeed a great privilege to be a devotee of the Lord when He comes down in human form as an avatar. But possibly a greater privilege, along with being devotee, is to be a person on whom Swami or the avatar gives responsibilities. That is an office bearer. Whether it is a coordinator for a small samiti or the chairperson of the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization worldwide, the size of the position or the size of the responsibility does not matter. The fact that a responsibility has given shows something very special. It shows that the person concerned has won the faith and trust of Swami. During the many years which I spent in the physical proximity of Bhagwan, I have seen that Swami always gave a physical special access, special seating, special everything for those who were members of the organization, for those who were office bearers. In fact, contrary to the wrong notion that some people have, that the rich people, the powerful people, the influential people were given prominent places in the veranda in Swami's presence, it was the office bearers who had taken up responsibilities who were given prominent seating. Whether it's the veranda, whether it's the hall, whether it is anywhere. Not just that, whenever there was any issue or problem or an emergency or an urgent message that an office bearer or a person doing responsibilities, carrying out duties for the organization had, they were given the special privilege of approaching Swami and handing a letter. Why? Why did Swami do all this? Because there is something special. Because being a member and more importantly being an office bearer involves sacrifice. Sacrifice of time, sacrifice of energy, sacrifice of resources. Of course, when we are being a genuine devotee and a genuine office bearer, we don't feel like it's a sacrifice. So you see, when we know what the avatar is, when we know who Swami is, it is not a sacrifice we are doing. It's an investment. It's an investment. We will be able to make all choices in life keeping that in mind.
Prema Swarupulara.
Just before the great Mahabharata war took place, both the Pandavas and the Kauravas, both of them wanted Krishna on their side, because Krishna is such a powerful ally. And therefore, Duryodhana, who is like the head of the Kaurava forces, is sent to seek Krishna's assistance. Same way Arjuna from the Pandava side, he is also coming to seek assistance from Krishna. Now Krishna is sleeping in his bedroom. Both of them are guests, so they are given entry there. Arjuna is the person who comes second. Duryodhana comes first. But Duryodhana goes and sits near the head of Krishna. And Arjuna, in all humility, sits at the feet of Krishna. When Krishna wakes up, his eyes first fall on Arjuna. So he asks, Arjuna, what do you want? And Duryodhana says, oh, I was here first. Ask me what I want. But Krishna says, no, my eyes fell on Arjuna first. So I'll ask him what he wants, what he came for. And Arjuna says, Lord, you know that a war is imminent. I have come to seek your assistance. See, there are two things that I can offer and you choose. Arjuna, you choose, because you came first, you will get the first choice. On one side is my entire army, my entire kingdom, all my wealth, everything that I have built. That is on one side. And on the other side, it is me. Whom do you want to choose? But remember, I will not be even fighting. If you choose me, I will not even fight the war. I promise I won't be taking up weapons at all. Arjuna says, without flinching, he says, Krishna, I want you. Duryodhana is so happy. Wow. So he says, okay Krishna, fine, if Arjuna doesn't want, I'll take your army, no problem. But inside he is very happy. He thinks what an idiot Arjuna is, what a fool Arjuna is. He is taking Krishna, that too Krishna has promised he won't fight. What is the use of Krishna? I'll take the entire Narayani Sena, the entire army, all the wealth, all the resources, all the Yadavas, everyone on my side. Yeah, he's so happy. In retrospect, we know who is the one who made a wise choice. Arjuna. Arjuna knew that he is not sacrificing anything because he is asking for the greatest. He is asking for Krishna himself. When Krishna is there, I don't need anything else. I don't care. The entire whatever you may take, officially whatever belonged to Krishna was taken by Duryodhana. But everybody got destroyed. The entire Yadavas as well. The Yadavas were Krishna's own family. There's one beautiful point that was highlighted by a saint. He says, see, the Yadavas always said Krishna belongs to us. Krishna is ours. But the Gopikas on the other hand, they would say, we belong to Krishna. There's a lot of difference in these two statements. When you say we belong to Krishna, Krishna is the larger one and we are a part of Krishna. And when you say Krishna belongs to us, like the Yadavas did, it's like we are great and Krishna is part of us. And that's why the Gopikas are exalted and worshipped and adored as embodiments and epitomes of devotion even today, whereas the Yadavas, they destroyed themselves by infighting. So, we should always know that we belong to Swami and Swami alone, and whatever happens, we choose Swami. Why am I telling this story is because in his discourse on the 21st of November 1968, Swami says, what is the most important criterion to be an office bearer? See, as I said, we all would love to be an office bearer because it carries special privileges. Swami would always give these privileges, and let us not forget that Swami is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. What is now we don't have those privileges? No, the privileges that Swami wishes to give, nobody can take away. And Swami said, what is the most important facet to be an office bearer? Because we're going to get those privileges, right? Apart, more than the devotee privileges. To get that, we need to be an office bearer. And what is the qualification according to Swami? Not according to anything else. Swami said, the office bearer, whether it's a state president, district president, center head or regional president or spiritual coordinator, devotional coordinator, whatever we have, is that they must have complete faith in God. And then in that same discourse, Swami goes on to tell, the discourse on 21st November 1968, please do refer to it. Swami goes on to tell, not just faith in any God, faith in this name and this form, in the name of Sathya Sai Baba, in the form of Sathya Sai Baba. So that is very, very important. When we enjoy the privileges of an office bearer, dear brothers and sisters, let me assure you, even now, when Swami is physically not present, I am telling this out of my personal experience. The prayers, the words, the thoughts of an office bearer who has decided to sacrifice some things in life to serve Swami, they reach Swami faster and Swami responds faster, definitely in the worldly sense, because there is a sacrifice and that sacrifice will confer blessing. Swami would say, not by your wealth, not by your position, not by your status, not by your copywriting do you achieve God. You achieve God by making sacrifice. When you make sacrifice, God is yours. Yes. When Draupadi called out to save her honor, Krishna thought, what has Draupadi done for me? She had torn a small bit of sari and tied his finger when it was bleeding. And Krishna said, no, she gave me sari, I will give her sari. She gave 1 inch and Krishna gave her a Guinness Book of World Records. So many, 2 kilometers of sari. God gives like that. But every small sacrifice counts. And therefore, it is so important for us. The first qualification. Without it, whether we hold to the position or not, we are disqualified in Swami's eyes. We should have implicit and complete faith in the name and form of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And Swami says it's not enough if you just think you have faith or say you have faith. That faith must exude in every thought, in every word and every deed. In short, we have to become reflections of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. People must feel his presence in our presence by our behavior. As our thoughts are filled with Swami, as our words are filled with Swami, as our deeds are filled with Swami, Swami will start manifesting through each and every one of us. That is what Swami says in the letter he wrote to Charles Penn, saying that my darshan will exude from each and every one of you. While I say all this, there might be doubts that come in as to, but now Swami is physically not there, right? Arjuna chose Krishna physically. We also can choose Swami that way, but now Swami is not there. What do we do? In 2013, about 18 of us traveled to the Himalayas. Behind this Kedarnath temple, everybody said that there is one Kedar Baba, supposed to be a saint, and everyone said you should meet him. Personally, I was not very keen to meet any other saint, sage or anybody because I felt Swami is there. This is 2013 when Swami was physically not there, but so what? Physically being there is just one aspect of Bhagwan. Swami is there. Even now, dear brothers and sisters, let us conduct ourselves in every event, every occasion, everything that we do because he is there. He is not just a photograph. We will experience his presence every moment, 100% without fail. We will experience that in our hearts, in our beings, in our minds. Anyway, we went to meet this Kedar Baba and we chanted some Vedas there. I felt very happy. After that Veda chanting, that Kedar Baba was just silent. We were also silently sitting. One devotee from the group asked this Kedar Baba, Baba, now our Swami is not there. What advice, what message do you give us? How should we, what should we follow? What should we do? This devotee asked this question. That Kedar Baba's eyes became big and he flared up and he said, Murkh, meaning fool. He asked, is only the form of the avatar the avatar? The words of the avatar is the avatar. It's not just the form of the avatar that is the avatar, the words. And he said, don't those words remain with you even today? Dear brothers and sisters, unlike the other avatars, we have Swami's words with us. Sathya Sai speaks. His discourses are available. His stories, his vahinis, everything is available for us. That is the compassion, the love, the mercy that our Swami has had on us. It's all available. I still remember, yes, that is, let us not be foolish to think that our Swami is gone. His Swami is not gone, his words are there. I delight in going through the discourses because these discourses have the answers to every problem, every question, everything Swami answers, every decision Swami helps to make. The only decision we have to make is to be with Swami. We have to choose Swami just like Arjuna chose Krishna. Well, again, some might ask, no, every question is not there. What about this question? What about that question? People ask, what about this question, I don't find an answer in Sathya Sai Speaks. The Lord sometimes will not give the answers directly because the problems are so personalized, we will require personalized answers. But let me assure you this much, when we immerse ourselves in thought, word and deed of Swami, we are so much filled with Swami that we will get our personalized answers in unique ways, thrilling ways. We will be very clear and we will know what is the answer. But for that we have to put in the effort. Let us do our own soul searching and think, how much time do we spend in Sai literature every day? Do I spend at least 15 minutes a day reading Swami's words, listening to his golden words, which are all available at the tap of a finger, at the click of a mouse? It's never in the history of humanity has the words of the avatar been made available so easily. Yet we call out to him when we are in trouble. And we say, Swami, why are you not answering me? The answer is there. Swami says, if you do not understand my silence, how will you understand my words? We need to become silent. And silence is not just physical silence, though it begins with physical silence. It is the calming of all the other thoughts. It is difficult to become thoughtless, and therefore let us spend all our time and energy on one thought, on Swami. And read whenever we get time, because these are what will save us in our life. How do I make out difference between what my conscience, between what Swami within me is saying and what is my mind saying? As I said, the prerequisite is first we have to saturate ourselves with Swami. Because what we think, what we feel, that is what we become. First we do that. That sadhana let us inculcate. It is preparation for those tough times when we have to take a decision and make a call. Very, very, very important. Otherwise, we will get swayed by what people are telling, what the crows are cawing, what the dogs are barking. No. We don't get our answers from crows cawing and dogs barking. We get it in the silence, the inner silence. I felt that there are some tips by which we can easily make out, some rule of the thumb, as they say, rules of the thumb, by which we can make out which is Swami's voice and which is the mind's voice. The mind's voice will give selfish solutions. Solutions that will ensure that our body is taken care of, because the mind feels that we are the body. The conscience knows that we are the Atma, right? So the conscience choice, the conscience solution is never selfish, because the conscience is God and God knows we are not the body and the mind. The body and the mind will suggest answers which are good for the body and the mind. So therefore they'll be selfish. There will be things that will give us immediate gain. It will immediately fulfill our desire. It will immediately give us power or give us influence or give us money or something like that. Personal gain first. Voice of the conscience is selfless. You can even note down these points. Rules of the thumb. The second thing is the mind, the voice of the mind will give multiple options. See this, see that. But the conscience will keep sticking to the same thing. No, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. It will be boring, monotonous, but it will be giving the same firm solution. No options, no choices. That is how the voice of the conscience is. Finally, when we choose to listen to the mind, even if the whole world comes and tells you did the right thing, very nice, good, we will not be at peace with him. The peace is the final solution which shows us what we have done is right or wrong. But if we follow the voice of Swami, the voice of the conscience, let the whole world say what you did was wrong. You are going away from God. You are doing adharma. Let them tell. You will have so much contentment and peace. And I say this with complete personal experience. Whatever it is. It's not easy to follow the voice of God. It's not easy to choose Swami. Because look at that, Arjuna, imagine at that point, now in retrospect we can say, Arjuna great, we'll also do what Arjuna did. But look at that, Pandavas are only 5, Kauravas are 100. The Kauravas have more friends. They are having the official kingdom. In such situation, it is so important to get more power and resources on your side. At that time, Krishna is telling, you want my power and resources, I won't come. But if you want me, I will come without any of the things. The Narayani Sena is one of the most powerful armies. No wonder Duryodhana wanted it. He was very greedy. Swami says that is the fault about Duryodhana. Very greedy. 14 years, it didn't seem like the Pandavas would win. They were always losing only. They won the ultimate battle. But they wanted Krishna, that's all. So, we should choose Krishna and it will be difficult. We should choose Swami. And complete faith in the name and the form. That is the qualification Swami seeks from an office bearer. I will conclude with one beautiful story that I came to know of recently of a very dedicated member of the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization. Brother Sanjeevan from Sri Lanka. Story. I want to come to that point to show that it is not always easy. Even with Krishna on your side, even with Swami on your side, things, it doesn't mean it will go rosy. But that is the right thing to do to stick on to Swami. He felt inspired to join the media field. Everybody in his family said, Sri Lanka media means covering wedding and doing wedding photography. It's useless, no career, don't. Listening to them, when he was thinking should he change his career, he prayed to Swami, Swami came in his dream and said, you have selected a beautiful field of work. Continue along with it. So, despite everybody telling that he is a fool, he continued. He continued in this field. And in fact, Swami in his dream also told him, you will go to Australia for studying for 2 years. So, continue. Based on that dream, he kept applying for a visa. But those were times when Sri Lanka was troubled by so much of crisis going on there, war. And therefore, he was viewed as a refugee, not as a student. And his visa never came. So he kept wondering, Swami, what is this, Swami? Never. You only said, but I'm not getting my visa. But it was during that period that he got multiple opportunities to visit Swami in Puttaparthi, and Swami gave him beautiful physical darshans, opportunities, many things. Cutting the long story short, in 2010, he got married and his wife got a visa to go to Australia. And he travelled because he is the spouse. Having reached Australia, he now remembered that Swami had said apply, right? So he applied and he found that the fees, everything was so less compared to what it was originally, because now he was a resident. He was not somebody from outside the country. And then he realized the wisdom in Swami delaying. God's delays are never his denials. And the most beautiful thing is, when he approached, the project, he had only one project in his portfolio to show. And that was the project about a RADIOSAI International Organization cancer hospice. He had made one documentary. Seeing that, the dean was so impressed. Everybody had 15-20 projects in their portfolio. He had only one, and that is Swami's. That was enough. If we have Swami, it's enough. He got through where people with other 15-16 portfolios couldn't get through. The dean was so impressed, he said, you can finish a 2-year course in 1 year. I will ensure that you can do if you work real hard. And he wanted to start earning quickly, so he was ready. 2 years course done in 1 year, very happily settled, everything wonderful. He was about to buy a house in Australia when Swami comes in his dream and tells, leave everything and come back to Sri Lanka. He first thought maybe it is metaphorical, it is symbolic, because very difficult, right? Just now you have settled. Your children have started going to school in Australia. Go back to Sri Lanka? What? So he just continued with life, thinking that it's okay. Some time later, Swami again comes in his dream and tells him, you better return, very stern, very strict, you better return to Sri Lanka. And that's it. He told his wife was also convinced. In a matter of 2 months, they wound up everything in Australia. Just resigned from the jobs, returned to Sri Lanka. Everybody said, you are a bloody fool. You are being stupid. What is this? And for months, they are not getting job. They have taken up a rented house. The children have to join school. They have to pay fees. They have to pay so many things. Savings are gone. Nothing else left. Oh God, what happened? It drove Sanjeevan to a real frustrated situation. He said, Swami, what is this, Swami? I am listening to you and what is this happening? He got so upset that he took one photograph of Swami and began to scold Swami through that photograph and said, Swami, what is this? Dear brothers and sisters, intense emotion towards Swami, whether it is anger, whether it's upset, whether it is love, everything is fine as long as it's directed to Swami. You know how Swami responded magically? Again, it's a long story, but cutting it short, he became the first ever employee for the Sri Sathya International Organization. He continues to do that for almost now it's 6 years. He's working as a video editor, he's doing a lot of work. And the amazing thing is, he says, I'm so happy now, brother. I'm in the media field and I'm working on the favorite media of mine, which is Swami. I'm so happy. My family is taken care of. I'm so blissful. I just don't know how to thank Swami for. Just imagine, he is grateful to Swami for all the difficulties of his life, because that has led to such a beautiful fulfillment. What I'm trying to say here is, once we choose to follow Swami, the path might not be easy. But that is the only path to take for our salvation. And the best thing is knowing that Swami is always beside me, in me, above me, below me, walking along with me in the path. That is invaluable. Just like the Pandavas discovered, we will also discover that it doesn't matter if the whole world is against us. We have Swami with us. for the privileges that we get as an office bearer, we need to pay in terms of our faith, complete faith and surrender to Swami. People will also feel Swami in our presence. That is what we have to do. Grateful to Swami for this opportunity, and I think all of us should be grateful to Swami for this beautiful responsibility and opportunity that he has given us to be office bearers in his organization. Let us pray that our faith in him keeps growing stronger every passing moment. Faith in his name, Shri Sathya Sai Baba, faith in this beautiful form. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.